Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sochidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Parayate Puravirbhava Bhumestam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Maha Pradanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surata Pangor Mama Mate Goti Matsarvasva Patham Bhoja Radha Madana Mohana Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasana Sta Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva Krishtalibi Sevyamana Smarami Sriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vangshivata Tatastita Harshan Venuswana Gopir Gopinata Sriyestuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Rasambhode Adambujaya Te Namaha Hiram Pushpanjali Lila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Rasambhode Adambujaya te namaha. Hiram Pushpanjali. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki. Namo Gaur Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Rasambhode Adambujaya Te Namah Hiram Pushpanjali. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki.
What did you say before Pushpanjali?
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivesesha Sunyavadi Pasyatyade Shatarine. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Banda Mui Savodhana Mate Vanda Mui Savodhana Mate Yahara Prasade Bhai He Bhavatori Ay Yahara Prasade Bhai He Bhavatori Ay Krishna prapti haya hoite Krishna prapti haya hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Koriya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Koriya Kya Anakari hao mane asha Anakari hao mane asha Guru Charane Rati Esai Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Esai Uttama Gati Prasade Pure Sarva Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Jagadhan dilo jai janme janme Prabhu say Jagadhan dilo jai janme janme Prabhu say Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashita Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashita Prema Bhakti Jayate Avidya Vinasajate Prema Bhakti Jayate Avidya Vinasajate Prabhupada Vedagaya Haracharita Vedagaya Haracharita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhamajinar Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhamajinar Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Prabhu Kora Daya De Hamare Pada Chaya Prabhupada Prabhu Kora Daya De Hamare Pada Chaya Prabhu Kora De Hamare Pada Chaya Evaya Chokoso Kevovana Evaya Chokoso Kevovana Srila Prabhupada Srila Pavana Jaya Prabhupada Srila Pavana Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gaura Kishore, Gaura Kishore, Gaura Kishore, Gaura Kishore. Jaya Gaura Kishore, Gaura Kishore, Gaura Kishore, Jaya Gaura Kishore. Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Gaura Kishodas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Srimati Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Brihat Mridanga Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Ekadashi Vrat Ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prajamanam Yashoda Vyalo Kaladavamanam Paramristamachan Tato Drutya Gopya Rudantam Muhurnetra Yugmam Vijantam Karamboja Yugmena Satankanetram Muhusvashakampa Chile Kanka Kanta Sita Grivam Damodaram Bhakti Vadam Tidrik Salila Bhirananda Kunde Sagosham Nimajantam Akyapayantam Tadiye Chitageshu Bhaktar Jitatvam Puna Prematastam Sata Vritti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Vadingva Lachanyam Brineham Vareshadapiha Idam teva purnata gopala balam Sadame manasya virastam kimanyai Idam te mukam bhajamatyanta nilai Vritam kuntalai snigdha bhaktaisha gopya Vosham vitam bimbaraktatharame Manasya virastam alam lakshalabhai Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasidha Prabho Duka Yalabdi Magnam Kripa drishti vistyate dinam bhatanu Vihane shamama gyamedhyakshi drishyai Kuveratmajo badha motyaiva yadvat Tvayamo-chito bhakti bhajo krito cha Tata prema bhaktim sakam me prayachcha Namokshe graho me damodareha
Namaste stu damne Spuradipti dhamne Vadi odaraya ta vishvasya damne Namo Radhikaya Tvadiyam Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Hey! Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Radha Harima Harima Jayanila Premadhana Karuna Pracho Ye Anila Premadhana Karuna Pracho Hey no Prabhu Kotagela Acharya Kahamora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan Kahamora Kada Rasa Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kahamura Juga Bata Juga Kaha Kavira Eka Kale Kotagela Gauranatara Pashane Kuti Baumata Anale Pashiva Gauranga Gonera Nidhe Kotagele Pava Se Sabasangira Sange Jai Kaila Vila Se Sabha Se Sangana Paya Kande Narotamada Ye Anilo Premadhana Karuna Pacho Heno Prabhu Kotagela Acharya Kotagela Acharya Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur
He who wrote the treasure of divine love and who is filled with compassion and mercy. Where has such a personality as Srinivas Acharya gone? Where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishna Das Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all of these devotees, in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das simply weeps. Hare Krishna.
Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. So I'm going to read a little bit about Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Actually, I thought we were going to be late because so many activities going on in the morning. But actually, Madan Mohan Prabhu reminded me that Krishna has arranged an extra hour for us to talk about Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj by changing the time. So this is Babaji Maharaj 2 Beyond Duality, and it's from the Jaipur Press by Karnamrita Das Adhikari. Family Life and Renunciation. Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj appeared sometime in the 1830s in the district of Faridapur, adjacent to the place called Tepakhol in the village of Vagyan in East Bengal. Prabhu, you know where that is? You know, he's from Bengal. Or what is now known as Bangladesh. He appeared in that village, which is situated on the bank of the Padma River, as the son of a Vaishya, most probably called Vamsi Das. According to one biographer, however, Vamsi Das was a name of Srila Gaura Kishore before he took to the renounced order. During his boyhood, his mother and father arranged a marriage for him, and he remained in household affairs for more than 20 years. While a householder, he worked as a broker in the grain business, but even at that time he exhibited his spirituality. After the demise of his wife, Srila Gaura Kishore left his business and went to Vrindavan. There he approached Srila Bhagavad Das Babaji, one of the foremost disciples of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and accepted from him the traditional Paramahamsa Vaishnava Babaji dress. After this, he became completely renounced and sojourned under trees in various parts of the 168-mile Vrajamandal circle of Vrindavan. He continuously acted thus for a period of approximately 30 years. During this time, he would sometimes travel to the holy places of pilgrimage in northern and western India, as well as the Gaura Mandal, the circle of Navadvip. He associated with Srila Swarup Das Babaji Maharaj in Jagannath Puri, whose ecstatic activities were recounted by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his autobiography. He also associated with Sri Bhagavan Das Babaji in Kalna. He went to Kulia, the holy site of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's bhajan, and associated with Srila Chaitanya Das Babaji. All of these Babajis were pure and exalted devotees. Srila Gaura Kishore became very famous among the great devotees of Vrindavan and was awarded the appropriate title of Bhajananandi. Even though he received such order, he never endeavored for even a modicum of material sense gratification and totally disapproved of the secret material desires of pseudo-renunciates. He was entirely removed from such inclinations and would perform his pure, unalloyed devotional pastimes alone, in a profound devotional mood. In the year 1897, during the month of Phalgun, when he was in his 60s and at a time when the Yoga Peeth, the birthsite of Sri Chaitanya, was revealed by the exertions of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Gaurakishore Das Prabhu proceeded to Navadvip Dham from Vrindavan under the instruction of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji. From this time until his disappearance, Srila Gaurakishore remained in Sri Navadvip Dham, living in different villages and realizing their non-difference from the holy places of Vrindavan. He begged by gathering dry foodstuffs from the householders of the holy Dham. He would sometimes offer those foodstuffs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the simple expedient of holding them in his hand. In order to cook, he would collect dry wood from the paths, and he would wash earthen pots discarded by villagers along the roadside near the Ganges River on the occasion of eclipses. Due to the effects of an eclipse, such pots were considered impure and unusable. In order to clothe himself, he would go to the shore of the Ganges and collect and wash discarded cloth that had been used to cover corpses at the burning ghat. Thus, he always remained independent of the support of others, simply by utilizing items of no value to anyone else. In such a manner, he obtained the practical necessities of life. Shri Shri Radhesham, Krishna Balaram, Gaurnita, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In 1897, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur constructed his place of bhajan on the bank of the Saraswati River at Godruma, the island of the 9 islands of Navadvip Dham, which represents Kirtan, recitation of the names and glories of God. That ashram, which was called Swananda Sukhada Kunj and consisted of a moderate 2-story house, several small outbuildings and a walled compound, was a gathering place for exalted souls. Previously, it had been the site of Lord Nityananda's Namahata, the place from whence Lord Nityananda inaugurated his preaching exploits in Bengal under the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here, the Thakur recited and explained the Srimad Bhagavatam and other topics regarding the conclusions of devotional service. And Srila Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj would come and hear those talks with great delight. The Thakur often cited the behavior of Gaurakishore to elucidate the meaning of the word nirapeksha, indifference. He often discussed the unequal renunciation, pure devotion, and attachment to Krishna that Babaji Maharaj displayed. In the days of the Thakur's retirement, the two souls met and associated in great happiness. I'll jump forward. This is a nice little story. Once, some people came to Babaji Maharaj and praised the son of a certain caste Goswami for his skill in explaining the Srimad Bhagavatam. The boy always chanted, Gaura, 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 and expressed a variety of emotional feelings. In this way, he made many disciples. In reply, Babaji Maharaj told the people, this so-called Goswami cannot explain the Goswami's literature. He explains sense gratificatory Shastra. He does not chant Gaura, Gaura, Gaura. He is chanting and shouting, rupees, 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 rupees. As long as he maintains this mentality, there is no question of his performing Hari Bhajan. By reason of his materialistic activity, the Vaishnava Dharma remains concealed. It affords no benefit to the world. On the contrary, it creates a disturbance. This one is called, One Suffers the Consequences of His Own Deeds. A certain young man came to Babaji Maharaj and expressed a desire to learn how to worship the Lord. Hearing this, Babaji Maharaj said, if you can leave aside the association of pseudo Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas and can stay with us always, then you will be able to learn how to chant the name of the Lord. We maintain ourselves by living on remnants of the foodstuffs eaten by the inhabitants of the holy dham. We use the rejected earthen pots of the residents of the dham, and we collect and wear the discarded cloth used to cover corpses. If you associate with other so-called Vaishnavas or those practicing worldly religion, they will consider you untouchable and reject you, or you will commit the offense of touching them. Hearing this, the young man said, "Yes, whatever you say, that I will do." After a while, however, being charmed by the melodious voice of a bhajan performer named Ramdas, who dwelt close by, he joined him in Kirtan without Babaji Maharaj's knowledge. The young man also ate so-called prasadam with and accepted the gift of a pair of kartals from him. One evening, shortly thereafter, he chanted within the hearing of Babaji Maharaj, playing his new pair of kartals. A few days later, after taking his morning bath in the Ganges, the young man began loudly reciting Vaishnava Vandana within the hearing of Babaji Maharaj. When the young man went to collect alms, Babaji Maharaj called an attendant and said, "He is secretly coming and going to the house of Ramdas, and whatever devotion he is gathering there, he is trying to spread here." In fact, instead of devotion for Lord Hare, he is amassing sinful reactions. Hearing this, someone said to Babaji Maharaj, "Who has informed you of all these things?" Babaji Maharaj replied, "By hearing his chanting and his manner of reading the Vaishnava Vandana, I have been able to analyze him. He will not be permitted to stay here anymore. If a man once takes the bad association of counterfeit Vaishnavas or non-Vaishnavas, he will never follow any beneficial instruction. He will only learn hypocrisy." After this incident, the young man, without informing Babaji, suddenly left for Puri. Sorrowfully, Babaji Maharaj said, "That boy has been misguided. He was tempted by unsanctified food and other things. I was not able to protect him. The jiva is independent and reaps the results of his own deeds. Inspired by Krishna, he came to me, but he secretly associated with others and has invited great danger." Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki. So it's a half-day fast today, fasting till noon. And today also is Ekadashi day, and it's the first day of Bhishma Panchak. So for the next 5 days, it's a very intense reward that we can receive by taking these last 5 days of Kartik very seriously, and many devotees take vows during this period of time, these 5 days. Some people say, "Okay, well, I'm not going to eat any sweets, or I'm going to chant 10 extra rounds," or you take on some extra austerity for these 5 days to gain as much spiritual benefit as possible. Yesterday we had a Harinam at the Jacksonville Stadium, Everbank. There were about 30 of us out there, and it was one of this particular game was very, very big, and at least 100,000 people were there. And they are coming across the street, and we are right on the other side, and they are coming in, and then right in floods, just thousands of people come at once because the police stopped them. You cannot just cross because there are also cars going. And so probably about 500 people, they have to wait. And then once the police say go, then all 500 of them come over. And as they come, they can hear the music from where they are because we have our loudspeaker. And they started dancing and their hands up raised, and they're coming around and they dance with us, and then they keep going. And many of them, of course, are drunk. And then from the other side comes this man with his big sign that says, Jesus or burn in hell. And he has a nice picture of the heavy a strong fire, and you can see the sign. And he brought it right in front of us, and he's showing it up. So and the people are telling him, "Go away, go away! We don't want to see you here." One guy said, one guy told one of the devotees, he said, "Between you and those guys, I think I'll choose you." But it's very, very ecstatic, and a lot of people, many people just stood there the whole time, 2 hours that we were there. Many people were just standing there and just listening and watching the fun, and we were all dancing and having a good time, and lots of mercy for them. It was very, very ecstatic, and then we had a very wonderful prasadam feast afterwards at Gujruma and Mother Vishnu prayers. Okay, what else today? So, these are the devotees who have assisted their Guru in dressing the deities. Sri Sri Radhesham were dressed by Mother Shanti, Chota Radhesham, Sachi Sundari, Sri Sri Krishna Balaram, Rasa Manjari, Chota Krishna Balaram, Mother Madhuri Gopi, Sri Sri Gaurnitai by Mother Draupadi, Chota Gaurnitai, Mother Govinda Mohini, the Gurus and Lord Nrsingadev by Krishna Kripa Moy. And Karnapur Prabhu will speak this morning, and Nagaraj Prabhu will speak this evening at the Sunday feast. Jai. Yeah, Nagaraj. The list says Nagaraj Prabhu. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we'll hear from Karnapur Prabhu now. Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiro Brahmachari Yamuna Tiro Brahmachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Namaskar Paramahansa Parivrajaracharya Sattvaresvara Small Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Goswami Bhagavad Ki Jai Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Name Sutaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakti Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Mokh Gopinath Sam Khand Radha Khand Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai गंगा माई की जय जमुना माई की जय द्वारका धाम की जय स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय और ग्लोरी टू जस्ट मिले और ग्लोरी टू जस्ट मिले थैंक यू वेरी मच
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
On the Srimad Bhagavatam. First Canto, Second Chapter, Text number 10, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 21st, 1972, in Vrindavan, India.
Kamaisnendriya pritir Labo jivate yavata Jivasya tattva jigyasa Narto yasceha karmabhi. We'll just go through it once because we've got to move on. Kamasya, of desires. Na, not. Indriya, senses. Priti, satisfaction. Labha, gain. Jivata, self-preservation. Yavata, so much so. Jivasa, of the living being. Tattva, the absolute truth. Jigyasa, inquiries. Na, not. Artha, end. Ya, cha, iha, whatsoever else. Karmabhi, by occupational activities. Life's desires should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth. Nothing else should be the goal of one's works.
Kamasya nendriya priti labha jiveta javata jivasya tattva jignasa nartha jasriha karma hi. So, we are discussing dharma, artha, kam, moksha. So, we have already discussed the religiosity does not mean to gain material gain. Generally, people take to religiosity for material gain. We have already discussed, just people go to the church, God give us our daily bread. Or even in temple, they go to ask something, material gain. But actually religiosity is not meant for that purpose. Religiosity meant for dharmasya apavargasya. To enter into life of religiosity means to get out of the threefold miserable condition of life, apavarga. So, then dharma, artha, money also we want. Arthasya dharmaikantasya na kama labhaya smitaha. We want money, that's all right. But not for satisfaction of our lusty desires. Money has got its use. Just like in our Krishna consciousness movement, we get money also. But we are spending for spreading Krishna consciousness. Our need is very great. People will be surprised what we are expending per month. We have got more than 100 branches all over the world. And each branch, there is expenditure. In Los Angeles, we spend $20,000 per month. In New York, we spend $10,000 per month, or more than that. Similarly, on the average, we spend not less than $10,000 per each branch. But we have got calculation, we are spending $70,000 per month. So Indian exchange means 7 lakhs of rupees. So you need money. And you are getting money also. In Europe, in America, the process of getting money is not like here. That I go to any gentleman, give us some donation. That is not possible. You cannot enter even one's house without introduction. Then you are trespassing. If you enter anyone's house without permission, he can kill you. This is the law. And every door there is signboard, beware of the dog. So it is not possible to go and beg, sir, give us something. But fortunately, we have published books, about 20 books, 400 pages each. And we are going on publishing. By Krishna's grace, we are selling books daily 25,000 rupees. Therefore you are able to spend 7 lakhs of rupees per month. So Krishna gives. My Guru Maharaj always used to speak that why should you go and flatter? You should speak plain truth without any flattering. Money will come. That was his conviction. And so it is experience. You have got very, very heavy expenditure. But all this money collected, they are not meant for Indriya Priti, not for sense gratification. That is the significance. If you want money for sense gratification, then according to our destiny we shall get. Not more than that. Nobody can get more. Therefore Bhagavad says, Tasyaiva heta prajateta kovita nalabhate jadhamatam uparja tallabhate dukkha vadannata sukham kalena sarvatra gabhira nangata. So far our sense gratification is concerned, we cannot get money more than what we are destined to get. Otherwise, why there are so many people born with silver spoon in their mouth and somebody is born poor and is not getting even 2 times food, working very hard day and night. So there is a destiny. Destiny we cannot improve, that is already settled. But you can improve your Krishna consciousness. That chance is there. Therefore Bhagavad says, Tasyaiva heta prajateta kovita. Those who are learned, those who are intelligent, they should devote the life for developing Krishna consciousness. The Krishna consciousness is there in everyone's heart, dormant. Nitya siddha Krishna bhakti sadha kabhu na sarvanadi shuddha chitte karayu. Our love for Krishna is there already. But it is covered. It is covered by the influence of the modes of material nature. It is covered. So this Krishna consciousness movement is nothing but discovering Krishna consciousness. It is already there. But we are giving chance to the people who are hearing about Krishna. That's all. All these European, American boys and girls who have joined, they have simply been given the chance of hearing. Cheta Darpana Marjana. Actually, if the people are given chance to hear this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Parang Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, then gradually the dirty things within his heart becomes clear and he can understand what is Krishna. This is the point. We do not ask anybody that you become Hindu or you become so and so. We simply ask, please come and chant with us. This is our problem. I began my chanting in New York in a park, Tompkinson Square. Those who are old students, here is Achyutananda, one of the old students. He first of all came and danced. He and Brahmananda. So, that is the beginning. He knows what was the beginning. I was sitting underneath the tree like this, and no cold. It was some dugdugi. And I was playing on it from 2 to 5, 3 hours, chanting. and these young boys and girls with their dogs, with their children, they began to dance. Yes, that was the beginning. Gradually they became students. Here is, where is Prabhu? Yes. And he is Professor Howard Wheeler. He also met me on the street, and before that he came to India to search out a guru, but he could not find out a guru. He returned back. Then when I was going on a street, he found me and he began to join. In this way we developed. First of all in New York, then San Francisco, then Montreal. So now we have got more than 100 branches all over the world. So simply by this chanting, and we are known as Hare Krishna people. Wherever we go, people say, here are the Hare Krishna people. They respect because we follow strictly the four principles: no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, and no meat eating. They respect. They become surprised how we can avoid. So, here it is stated, kamasya nendriyapti. So long we have this body, we have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to enjoy senses, and we have to defend. Hare nidra bhaya. These are bodily necessities of life, and they are called kama. So kama is allowed. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, dharma aviruddha kamasmi, which is not against religious principles. That sort of kama is allowed, but not for sense gratification. You can marry, you can beget children, that's all right, but you cannot enjoy sex for enjoyment, for simply enjoyment. No, that is not allowed. You eat, you sleep, you have sex life, you defend. Nothing is forbidden in the Shastra. But you must know the aim of your life. The aim of your life is tattva jignasa. You should not forget that. Therefore, the Vedic system is so organized that people may satisfy the bodily necessities of life, at the same time he make progress in Krishna consciousness or understanding the absolute truth. That is Vedic system. Not one-sided. There is sufficient concession for our sense gratification, but we should not forget our real business of life, athata brahma jigyasa. This brahma jigyasa is explained here as tattva jigyasa, the same thing. Jivasya tattva jigyasa. This human life, athata brahma jigyasa, means this human life is made for inquiring about the absolute truth. Just like Sanatana Goswami, he inquired from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ke ami keno more jape tapotra. Who am I? This is also Brahma Jigyasa. Because I am part and parcel of Brahma, the absolute truth, so I must know myself. So that is the beginning of Brahma Jigyasa. Just like Bhagavad Gita begins, Krishna is teaching Arjuna that you are not this body, You are Brahma. Dehin asmin yatha dehi, kaumara jovanam jara. Asmin dehe, in this body, there is the proprietor of the body. So, that is the beginning of Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? Kiyami. And without knowing myself, I cannot understand what is Krishna. If without knowing myself, I try to understand Krishna, then I shall misunderstand. Avajananti magamudha manasim tanuvas. I shall consider that he is also a man like me. Maybe a better man or stronger man or richer man. That's all. Because they have no conception of the spiritual identity of self, therefore they misunderstand Krishna as ordinary man. So we cannot understand Brahma or God or Parabrahma or Super Soul without understanding the nature of myself. This is called Tattva Jigyasa. So Jivasya Tattva Jigyasa. We should what? Everyone is working, but they are working for sense gratification, especially in the Western countries. Not only Western countries, Eastern, everywhere. Their aim is how to satisfy or gratify the senses more and more. This is their aim. But that is not the aim of life. The aim of life, especially in the human form of life, we are coming to this human form of life through the evolutionary process, gradual evolutionary process of 8,400,000 species of life, and this is the opportunity to understand what I am, what is God, and what is our relationship. If we miss this opportunity, then we are committing suicide. Again we are going back in the cycle of birth and death, and we do not know when again we shall come to this form of human body. So we should not misuse this human form of body. Therefore Narottam Das Thakur sings, Hari Hari Bifale Janama. Manusya Janama Paiya Radha Krishna Naam Hojiya Janiya Suniya Bisho Khain. Knowingly I am drinking poison. I have heard that this life is meant for understanding the absolute truth, but I am spoiling my life in the business of sense gratification. So therefore, I am drinking poison knowingly, just like somebody takes poison knowingly that I must die, but he wants to end. So that is not our aim of life. We should properly utilize the opportunity given by nature, given by God. That is required. So here is the opportunity. Krishna is there. Krishna is speaking. Not that Krishna is not present. Krishna is present by his words. Krishna is absolute. There is no difference between Krishna and his words. The Bhagavad Gita as it is, they are the words of Krishna. When you read Bhagavad Gita, you should know that you are talking with Krishna directly. Krishna Katha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advises, Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Krishna Upadesh, Krishna Katha. This should be spread all over the world. My Guru Maharaj used to say that I don't find any scarcity within this world except Krishna consciousness. Actually, that is the fact. There is no scarcity all over the world. In India there may be scarcity, but outside India, still there are so much vacant places, especially in Africa, in America, in Australia, in New Zealand, that 10 times of the population of the whole world can be fed still. There is so much potential of producing food grains, milk and other things. Profusely. In America, they throw out so many grains and vegetables daily. It is simply mismanagement. Otherwise, there is no question of scarcity or poverty. There is no question. It is simply propaganda. Because they cannot manage the foolish people, the peasants, the population has increased and the food stuff is not properly supplied. Food stuff is always sufficient, but when there are demands, the supply is restricted by nature. That we get information from Prithu Maharaj's history. When there was scarcity, Prithu Maharaj wanted to kill the earthly god or Prithvi, but she replied that I have restricted supply on account of demons because they are not actually executing the purpose of life, Krishna consciousness, therefore I have restricted. The more people become non-Krishna conscious, materially conscious, the more there will be restriction of foodstuff. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 12th canto, it is stated that the end of Kali Yuga, there will be no grain supply. Wheat, rice, and milk and sugar will not be available. Now it is available still, because still people are little Krishna conscious, for them only, but gradually the things will deteriorate so much so that almost all supplies will be stopped. So the fact is that we do not require to, endeavor for finding out food. The food is already there. Jivasya tattva jigyasa. We should sit down tightly, depending on Krishna. We have already explained that this Krishna consciousness movement is going on. We have got heavy expenditure, but Krishna is supplying. This is a fact. None of our boys and girls, they go to office or to factory, or they are in Los Angeles or neighborhood men, they are very envious. They say, how you maintain such huge establishment and you do not work? They cannot dream that without working one can eat. Yes. So here, the fact, jivasya tattva jignasa, nartha jastiva karmavi. It is not that you have to work very hard. That everywhere in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is the instruction. In one place in the 5th chapter of 5th canto, while Rishabdev was instructing his boys, he also said, Nayang deho deho bhajang niloke kastan kaman arhati virbhujangaji. This human form of body is not meant for working hard like the dogs and the hogs, simply for sense gratification. It is meant for tapo divvam putraka jena suddhe. The human life is meant for tapasya, self-realization, tattva jigyasa. That is the basic principle of Vedic civilization. In the Vedic and Mahabharata, we don't find there is any industrial development or trade development. No, nothing like that. Why Mahabharata? Even 200 years ago, before the British advent, there was no industry all over the world. And they are happy. So it is not that simply by increasing your fruitive activities, karma-bhi, you can become happy. No, that is not possible. If you simply restrict yourself for life, inquiring about the absolute truth, then you will be happy. Jivasya tattva jignasa. That is the only business of the human form of life, and not working hard like asses and cows, saiva gokhara. These examples are there, and I was giving the example while coming. Who was there? That this ass, as one ass was going, so the ass, he can eat grass anywhere. There are so many grasses. But he is thinking that unless I work very hard, the washerman will not give me grass. You see? This is ass intelligence. Everything is there. Why ass? There are elephants. In Africa there are millions of elephants. They are eating at one time at least 82 pounds. But they are supplied food. So there is no question of. This is all political propaganda. There is no food, there is increase of population, nothing. Everything Krishna can provide it. Eka bhunam vidudati kama nitya nityanam chetanas chetananam. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme, Nitya, eternal. And we are all dependent upon Him. Nitya nityanam chetanas chetananam. And that one singular number, Nitya, Krishna, Bhunam vidudati kama. So Krishna has provided everyone's food. There is no necessity of becoming anxious. Where is food? Where is food? Every arrangement is there. Our only business is how to develop Krishna consciousness, how to know Krishna. And if you simply know Krishna, Janma karma me dibbam jujanati tattva. Simply, in truth, if we try to understand Krishna, our all problems are solved. Especially this problem, this repetition of birth and death. This is solved. Takta deham punarjanma naiti. And that is the main problem. So, our request is that everyone may take to Krishna consciousness movement without any hesitation. This is authorized movement and approved movement, and people are accepting all over the world. Unfortunately, in India they are lacking. I must admit that as the younger generation from other countries, they are enthusiastically joining. Our Indian youths are not joining in that way. But we require so many preachers, so many young men to preach all over the world the sublime movement, Krishna consciousness. People are accepting. Even in Africa, who are supposed to be uncivilized, they are also accepting. Everywhere. There is no impediment. Ahoitagya pratihata. People are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. You will be surprised to know that I was going from London to Nairobi, Africa, and our plane stopped for 45 minutes in Athens. And as soon as we dropped down, some young men there in Athens, Greece, they immediately began to chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, the Hare Krishna movement is, our Krishna consciousness movement is now well spread all over the world. The framework is there. So anyone can go and preach this Krishna consciousness movement very easily, and people will take it. Recently I am coming from Manila, Philippines. They are also, they are dog eaters. But still they took part in Krishna consciousness movement, chanted, and we are very much encouraged. In the last meeting, we held our meeting in the hotel, a big hall, a very nice hall, and all young men came and they chanted, they danced with us, purchased our books. And here the organizer is Sudama Vipra Goswami Maharaj is present here. He has gone there only 6 months. And within 6 months he has organized so nicely that wherever we go, the young generation especially, they chant Hare Krishna. So the purpose is that this Hare Krishna movement has got great potential everywhere, all over the world. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prithivite Asijato Nagaradidya. He did not say in vain, there was meaning. Simply, we have to take the opportunity, the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and try our best. The people will be happy and we shall be happy. That is the meaning of Jivasya Tattva Jigyasa, not just Jiva Karma. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So I'd like to start off this portion with everybody's realizations on what they got from the class, so we can get some perspective. You're the closest.
Prabhupada put everything into motion, and it's just spreading like wildfire.
That Krishna consciousness is easy to help spread Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, I noticed Prabhupada's complete dedication and enthusiasm to making Krishna consciousness available to the people of the world.
It's simple for the simple and complicated for the complicated. You know, it's for Prabhupada, it's presented so nicely.
Srila Prabhupada very precisely emphasized those who are taken birth as a human being. It's the only purpose for inquiring absolute truth, not for sense gratification.
We can work, earn money, but that should be used for Krishna.
Engage in Krishna consciousness and spend time for our spiritual life.
Everything can be used in Krishna's service, and that Krishna is already feeding everyone. So no, and you can't change your destiny for making money.
The animals out of ignorance, they think that they have to work very hard to eat, but a human being should rely upon the Lord.
Prabhupada said engage in Krishna consciousness. He even said kama. He said eat, sleep, mate, and defend for Krishna.
Spread Krishna consciousness wherever and whenever you can.
It's very important to spread Hare Katha all over the world, and also that there's some necessities being in the human body, but we can choose to engage them in the service of Krishna and not be in Maya when we do them.
We've been given such a bargain this way, like it's no requirements, we don't have to do nothing, we have no backgrounds, nothing, there's nothing they're asking, only chanting Hare Krishna. And it's just such a gift just to see that there's like having just a Bhagavad Gita in our hands, it's just having Krishna itself by our side. So what else can we ask for? It's just such a bargain.
There's so many young boys and girls that are joining our movement, but in India, the youth, they are lacking.
Working hard like asses and cows just merely for sense gratification is a total waste of time and a waste of our human life.
Okay, now we can, if you still want to take the time, since we got an extra hour, we can go over the class and see what we can remember happened. So what is one of the first things that Prabhupada launched into when he began the lecture? Something about churches. Sorry. What sort of material things did he specify? Bread, yes. Give us our daily bread, right? And then he just said what religiosity is meant for. That's maybe what it's not, yes? Okay, yes, he mentioned both those, and one more thing. Begins with Dharma. Dharmasya apavargasya. Yes. To enter into a life of religiosity means to get out of the threefold miseries. So then he talked about wanting money. But how did he say we should not use that money? Yes, for sense gratification, not for that, our lusty desires. Then he talked about his movement. What did he say about this Krishna consciousness movement? Yes. How many centers did he say we had? Yes. And how much are they spending in Los Angeles? New York? Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, with 100 branches. Okay, and that translates to how many lakhs? 7 lakhs, yeah, back then. And then he talks about giving a donation. What does he talk about giving a donation? Speak the truth. And how feasible is that here in America?
No. Beware of dog.
Beware of dog, yes. And if you go there, what can happen to you? They can kill you. Okay. And then he talked about publishing books. How many books had he published? Yes. Very good. Okay. Then he gave a quote from the Srimad Bhagavatam, being with Tasyaiva. Which verse is that? Yes. 18. First canto. 5th chapter, 18. Okay. And what's the purport of that verse? Why did he quote that?
But whatever is destined,
Yes.
it is already settled.
Yes.
You cannot increase it.
Can-
But Krishna consciousness, you can increase.
You can increase your Krishna consciousness, not your material karma. Yes. Then he talks about the portion that we can increase, which is developing our Krishna consciousness, and give a quote from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Which is from where? Yes? Majja 22, 107. Yes, our love of Krishna is already there, but it is covered. Yes, by the influence of the modes of material nature. Then he says that we do not ask anybody to something. What don't we ask them to do? That's right, we don't ask them to become Hindu, or you become so-and-so. So what does he want them to do? Please come and chant with us. Yes. And then he related his own story. What was that he told? Yes, he was chanting under the tree. And where was that? Thompson Square. From what time to what time? Okay, very good. No coal, yes. Just a dundubi. Okay. Then he asked if somebody was there, one of his first disciples. Yes. And Hare Griva. Very good. Okay. Then he mentioned his first centers. Which were his first centers that he mentioned? Yes. New York, San Francisco, and Montreal. Okay. Then he talked about how people are knowing us. We are, as the Hare Krishna people. Wherever they go, they say, here are the Hare Krishna people. And why do they respect us? Yes, because of the four regular principles. And how do they, what is their take on that? They're surprised. How can you avoid? Okay. And he talks about the aim of life is tattva jigyasa. You must understand. Yes, you must know yourself in order to be able to understand Krishna. And he talks about that there is sufficient facility for satisfying your senses, but there is some concession for sense gratification, but we should not forget our real business is Tato Brahma Jigyasa. Then he gave a song that Narottam Das Thakur sings. Yes. Which is? Knowingly I'm drinking poison, spoiling my human form of life. Then he talks about how Krishna is still present. How is he still present? Yes, in his words, especially mentions in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is directly saying, Krishna Katha. Then he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advises. What does Chaitanya? Yadidaki Tarikaha, Krishna Upadesh. And then Prabhupada mentioned about what his guru said about scarcity. Yes, the only scarcity there is within the world is of Krishna consciousness. And then Prabhupada elaborated on that. How did he elaborate? Yes, that there is plenty of land. There's New Zealand, yes, okay, yes. How many times the population? 10 times. we can support, can be fed. There's so much potency of producing food grains, milk, and other things profusely. So what's the problem? Why is there? That's it. Yes, mismanagement. And what's the method they use to justify themselves? The management that are mismanaging everything. It's just yes, by means of false propaganda. Yes. Because they cannot manage the foolish people. They present this idea of overpopulation. Then he gives something from somebody's history about this point of overpopulation. Yes, Prithu. Yes. What happened with Prithu? That's right. He wanted to kill Mother Earth because she wasn't supplying. And what did she say? That's right. It's not my fault. I'm just doing my duty. These rascals, they're not properly performing their duties. So I have to restrict. So then he talks about in the future, what's going to happen in terms of supply. What do we... Yes. They will not be available. And why is there still there? There's a little bit of Krishna consciousness there now, so we're getting some still for a while. We'll see. Then he talks about the heavy expenditure of maintaining the Krishna consciousness movement, and then he talks about none of our boys and girls. Yes, they don't go to the factory or the office to earn. And then he talks about some neighbors in LA. They're envious, yes. How can you eat without work? Then he talks about in the Mahabharata, we don't find something. There's no mention of industrial development or trade development. And he talks about one particular animal. And he talks about another type of animal also, who's got a different type of mentality. Asses. What's the ass's mentality? They think they have to work very hard for their food, when there's actually grass everywhere. So then he says that it's all simply political propaganda, that there is no food. And then he talks about if you simply try to understand Krishna, then what will happen? All your problems will be solved, yes. And especially which problem? Yes, repeated birth and death. This is solved. That's the main problem. So then he's requesting everybody to do something. Yeah, to take the Krishna consciousness movement without something. Yes, without hesitation. This is authorized movement and approved, and people are accepting. Except for the Indian youths, right? They're not they're not journeying in that way. Then he gave an example of how he was received in different places. Athens, Greece was, yes, one of them. And they were chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then another place he went to? Yes. The Philippines. Yes, the dog eaters of the Philippines. They also took part in this Krishna consciousness by chanting. Where did they hold their meeting there? Yes. And all young men came, and they chanted and danced, and purchased books. Yes. Okay. So then he says, so the purport is that this Krishna consciousness movement has got something. Yes, great potency. Everywhere, all over the world. And then he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, every town and village. Yes. So he did not say that in vain. No, he didn't say it in vain. It's going to be a fact. Simply we have to take to the opportunity, get the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and do what? Try our best. Just have to try your best. And who will be happy when you do that? You will be happy, and the people will be happy. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes. Yes. Amen.
I was taking notes during the class to study the structure of Srila Prabhupada's class and the content. And he's, as always, he chanted 14 shlokas. He gave about 15 real-life references, examples from real life. And he made so many philosophical points that I didn't stop writing the whole time. There were at least 30 profound philosophical points. And the overall mood was inspirational, encouraging and inspirational. So Srila Prabhupada is setting the standard for people in ISKCON to give class. He's the founder Acharya. He shows us in all areas how we should behave. And if we look at his classes like this, we can understand his classes are so rich in Shastric knowledge and real-life references and many, many philosophical points, and also some personal reference to his own life.
So Prabhupada says that Janiya Sunya Vishwakhainu, Narottam Das Thakur sing, they're knowingly drinking poison. So of course at the end he says to end. But my question is that how somebody knowingly and drinking poison and his ignorance, at the same time he's aware. It's a habit.
One comment on that. I spoke to a Christian the other day. I was going door to door doing books. I was saying how it's incredible that people don't believe in God. And he said there are two reasons why people should believe in God. One is because of nature, observing nature. And the other one is because of conscience. So conscience would be the answer, knowingly drinking poison. But conscience is provided. We know that that's one comment, maybe not the full answer.
I haven't come across one college student at UF who isn't aware of the detrimental effect of alcohol. Still, a majority of them drink heavily. There's the example. They all know what it is. They know how bad it is. If someone said you're drinking poison, they'd be like, oh yeah, I know, from the next morning. Most of them still drink it weekly.
Those are all good answers. There is some secret answer, not for growth. Prabhupada says that because they don't know the goal of life, that's why all these things takes place. If somebody understood and consciously accept the goal of life to understand the absolute truth, then all these things can be easily reconciled. Otherwise, it's like beating around bush. It's very hard.
You're asking how is it that they're knowingly drinking poison, and now you're saying they don't know the goal of life.
That's true.
So it doesn't answer the question.
Knowingly means what they know, that's all they think they know. They think this is right. But they do not know the goal of life. And in Bhagavad Gita, at least 17 times, the old edition, 17 times I found, Prabhupada said that all the problem of this world, that they do not focus on goal of life. It was like hypnotized me, and I'm thinking like, actually it's true. People do not know they're servant of Krishna, their ultimate interest in serving Krishna. It's very hard.
I also took it as a niyamagraha in that because those songs are the ones that we sing. So we have the Anartha Nivritti stage that, and the 10th offense is maintaining material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. So part of going in Krishna consciousness is overcoming a type of hypocrisy or neophyteness where we know something, but yet we still maintain an outward appearance, but inside there's things that are not so nice. So when I took it like that is that if you ever engage in activities that you know are not right, then we're knowingly drinking poison, and then everything else just becomes a shell of what it actually we're trying to present it as.
By the way, Jamuna Devi asked Srila Prabhupada, what is your bet before she passed away in Alachua? She asked Prabhupada, what is your most favorite song? He said, all of them. But then she said, no, but Prabhupada, the like one, the foremost, most out of all. Say, Hari Hari Manush, this same song that today, Hari Hari, before le janama guaina. This song probably in Bhagavatam I find while we are serving, almost like every chapter you'll find somewhere that's part of that song is there. Prabhupada was so much in love with that song. By the way, I just wanted to say one pastime that today, because Srila Guru Krishnadas Babaji's special disappearance day, that one time I was told on the long building, I was there for 10 years, from 77 till 89. One time we were walking, Sadadana Maharaj, those days he was a sannyasi. He was our regional secretary. And in the middle of the long building, there's a staircase, and top there's two rooms. So one room, Srila Prabhupada came after morning walk, he came on that walking, and then some or other, they didn't know why, he looked through the window, and there was one devotee, he's jumping, and he has some peacock wing on the back. And Srila Prabhupada knocked the window, and then he had a cane. He said, what is going on here? He said, oh, then he opened the door, and he was very embarrassed. He said, oh, I went to these Babaji's, and he told me that I was a peacock in Krishna Lila. And Prabhupada immediately became grave, very grave. And he did not say anything. He just walked a little further, and then he explained. Srila Gaur Krishnadas Babaji, this is what they told me, that Srila Gaur Krishnadas Babaji explained this because they used to come to him from the Babaji Sampradaya, that, oh, you are this spiritual form, you have this spiritual form. Srila Gaur Krishnadas Babaji completely condemned and smashed. He said, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is everything. And then he quoted this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur made this song, Ishati Bikasi Puna Dekhai Nija Rupa Guna. Lord Krishna pass. Puna Bikasita Hoiya Braje More Jai Loiya Dekhai Sarupa Bilas. that if somebody takes sincerely chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra under Guru's guidance, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so powerful that it will manifest our eternal identity, our spiritual service, everything. No need to imitate or take another endeavor. Simply should, under guidance, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Srila Prabhupada concluded with this on Guru Krishna Das Bhavanis. It's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to talk about what you said about the poison, how devotees still have all those anarthas, and we know that are there, but we don't want to take the full amount of poison, but we're comfortable with certain drops of it, and know that we can, still function and look like we're still doing the right thing, but we're just having a little taste of that poison, not the full thing that's going to knock us right out.
And just as I was also thinking, it's Trinata Peace Nichina, that it helps for a devotee can take that and he can pray more sincerely. So the poison, when you take it medicinally, little drops, it can, because a lot of poisons are also medicines in small doses. If you take, so you can use the anarthas that are still there in a humble way, that one cries for advancement and the lowly state of situation of how we need the mercy of the spiritual master and the engagements to keep us away. We have no strength to stay away from Maya unless we're under the shelter of the spiritual master. So it works in a favorable way in a small dose.
Anything else? Anything else?
I was saying that to add to in that capacity that Manasukya, Raghunath Krishna said, it is not possible. What this Prabhu says is so true. It's so true. Many, many devotees feels like this. They don't want to take up Krishna consciousness completely. Even the Prabhupada gave completely, but sometimes I feel like I'm okay. Why I should take it too much serious? But Raghunath Das Goswami said it is not possible for those kind of devotees to get out. Only one way. Those who got out, like Sachinandan Maharaj when he was giving class, I think a couple years back, and he said he came to a point where he was at the death threat to his life. He got some kind of sickness that he will die. And he went so seriously to Prabhupada and Radhakrishna, and he literally says, I want to give my life for preaching. I don't want to do anything else. I want to glorify you. And he got completely out of it and fully dedicated to preaching, to Prabhupada's movement. So like this, the association of those kind of devotees, Radhanath Maharaj, those who are preaching big time, with their association we can get out, not by our own endeavors.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ekadashi ki jai.
I just want to say, this type of class is very nice, the way I want to appreciate Karnapur Prabhu's arranging. I did not check this out before, but this is like a more complete of hearing Prabhupada's lecture. It's like a feeding back or reflecting back. I appreciate. Thank you. Please continue this.